All right. Welcome to On the Line. I'm Jenny Robb with USTA Alabama. Today we have with us Amber Gray and Grace Okoro with the Minority Health and Health Disparities Research Center at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. They're both program administrators there, so we're very happy to have you both with us. And also Jennifer Dowdle, who is the program director of the LETT program, which is Learning Excellence Through Tennis. And that is a program run by Birmingham Area Tennis Association. So ladies, thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
So I want to start with Amber, you and Grace. So how did this Yes We Can Play program, was this because of a COVID, jump to virtual learning, or how did it all come about?
So I'll start. The Yes We Can Play program originally was supposed to be a program for sixth graders in Birmingham City Schools because the sixth grade students don't really have opportunities to be involved in sports until they're in seventh or eighth grade and then preparing for high school. So we kind of wanted to bridge the gap between like the elementary school student programs and the middle school sports programs that they have, and kind of prepare our students for different sports that they might be interested in. And we also wanted to make sure that students were getting enough exercise. We wanted to go ahead and lay the foundation for good nutrition practices, as well as adding a social and emotional learning component. But because of COVID, we kind of transitioned to including all middle school students, so sixth through eighth graders, since everybody was kind of missing out. And most of the schools that we are in are middle schools. So it was just a really great opportunity for us to kind of like include everyone and make sure we made all of our lessons available so that they kind of had a routine and maintaining a healthy routine through COVID.
I love that you first wanted to really focus on sixth graders. I distinctly remember being a sixth grader and just could hardly wait until I was in seventh grade so that I could try out for a school team. So I think that is such an important thing, and what a great opportunity for the kids to start getting prepared and start having those healthy habits like you spoke of. I mean, the nutrition part, we say mind, body, and spirit. And so the sooner that we can instill those ideas, the better for everybody. So yeah, well, Amber, I have just loved how we've had engagement from the kids. And that was one of the things I was a little bit worried about, just from talking to other people that have been doing the online learning, that there have been challenges with engagement. And I was so impressed with all the kids and how they really were responsive, and we could see them on the screens, and that was so much fun. So just tell us a little bit about what you thought your experience was with the kids and how they took to the tennis.
I definitely will co-sign that. I was really terrified that we were not going to have any kids show up when we first started. And so it's been really, really fun to kind of interact and engage with the kids. I've started calling them my babies because I genuinely love them so much. They really became an integral part of my day. Don't tell my coworkers. But like, I look forward to the sessions every day. It's like I would wake up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And like, okay, I get to see my kids today. So I get to actually have a moment to kind of watch the work I do in public health really impact someone directly. And so with engagement, it was weird a couple of times because you can kind of tell, I think, when the Zoom fatigue started to kick in as well with the kids. Mm-hmm. And so kind of taking moments to be like, hey, so how's everything going? Like, what's going on with your life? Just kind of asking them about like their day. And you could just tell some of them hadn't been asked.
That's right.
And like, so the more Grace and I did that going through the sessions, I noticed like they were more and more excited to come on, because I know, like, I don't know if Grace, you remember those first like 2 weeks, it was really weird and awkward silence and not a lot of communicating. But like, as we went on and kind of engaged with them and just kind of like talk to them about like, hey, how's your life going? And just kind of made those random connections about like the most random things ever. And like even kind of, I don't want to say picking on them, but kind of like making jokes about like, I remember the day we were like, post a photo, like change your profile picture to your favorite food, and then just kind of like going from there. And then it quickly became a running joke, I think. So like stuff like that really kind of, I think, helped our engagement throughout, kind of making it not just about what we're here for, but just kind of those extra little fun tidbits, I think really helped us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm so glad that you brought up the profile pictures or the background. I mean, the kids really kind of had fun with that. And it was a little bit of an icebreaker, and, you know, they started to really kind of open up a little bit more when we just had a little fun with it. So, you know, that makes a big difference. So Jennifer, how did it all come about that LETT got involved with UAB for the Yes We Can Play program?
Okay, I see that Suzy has joined the call, Suzy Harris, and she is the executive director, and she had more of a hand on that piece, definitely. But I know we've had a long-standing relationship with Birmingham City Schools through different projects, and I'll let, if she doesn't mind, I'll let Suzy answer how it got started with UAB.
Glad you're here. And your puppy.
Miss Suzy, I think you're unmuted.
Oh,
there you are.
And then let me get the camera going. Let's see. Oh wait, I'm on my phone with this thing. Oh,
that's okay. This just makes it authentic. This is what we've all been doing.
I don't know why it's not. Okay, allow Zoom. Okay. Dang, well, anyway, I can't get the camera to work. Anyway, yeah, we have a long relationship with the Birmingham City Schools and Dr. Huff, who is the director of PE, health education and driver's ed. I don't know how she does it all, but so we work with her to get the tennis challenge going, and I think I was there to meet with some of her PE coaches to talk about it in her office, and the Yes grant came up in conversation while we were waiting for the coaches to come. And so, she said, well, is this something y'all might be interested in helping with, since we were hoping to, at that point, bring tennis into the Let's Move. So we thought that would be a good segue into getting getting tennis started. So, we had, and the plan had been to start tennis in Let's Move in the spring when we shut down COVID. So, it's great that we got tennis going in a remote fashion a year later.
Suzy, so we're so glad to have Suzy here with us. She's the executive director of the LETT program. So thank you so much for joining us, Suzy. The LETT program has done so much for the city of Birmingham. So we love LETT. But I remember, Suzy, you and I were at Highland Park, and you said something about, we're doing this thing, and you kind of it was in casual conversation, and something just clicked, and I was like, That sounds really cool. I want to, I want to be a part of that. This sounds great. And it just evolved into something that has been so positive for everyone involved. I know that it's been wonderful for me to be a part of. Like Amber was saying earlier, just the relationships with the kids and to see them, grow and kind of open up, and then also with their skill improvement. It's just been a beautiful thing to be a part of. So thank you for sort of getting us all together and apart to be able to make this happen, Suzy. Thank you.
Well, thank y'all for all. It's been fun.
So there is all kinds of research talking about how tennis is actually one of the sports that saw a huge increase in participation during COVID. And, with it being one of the safest sports you can do, kind of naturally, socially distanced and outside for the most part, it's been just experiencing this huge increase in participation, which we're very excited about. And so we want to kind of hook into that and keep that going. And I just love how the Yes We Can Play program could reach those kids that otherwise might not have ever been exposed to tennis. So anyway, Jennifer, you were such a trooper on every call, coaching and encouraging the kids. We did our, round of applause, and we had our 3 claps, and anyway, Jennifer, talk a little bit about how you saw the program affecting the kids and how it was for you as well.
I was so happy to actually see children during the week. We were able to start our Saturday program back, but before COVID, we were in a school every single day after school. So it just made me so happy to actually see the children and hear them and watch their excitement as they really, thanks to your great lesson plans, quickly learned the skills. And you could tell it was building their confidence, and it was teaching them something new and showing them how other sports, the exercises and the skills and the drills you do from other sports really are also relative to tennis. And it just really was bringing new players to the game, but just opening up doors for children in Birmingham. And we were thankful to see some of the children attending our Saturday clinics, and hopefully more will be able to do the same. But it was just fun to watch them grow as children and as tennis players. Jenny really worked to create some unique ways where we could play games, but the children were still by themselves and we were by ourselves, but we were playing games. We were playing a match by ourselves, but with other people. So it was really fun and exciting to be a part of something where we definitely were pivoting.
Yes, the word pivot. Yes. So you bring up such a great point. I know I was a teacher full-time, a tennis instructor, coach full-time, for 17 years before beginning work for the USTA. And so it was really exciting for me to have an opportunity to coach kids, because it's something that I really, really love. And, it was very different from being on the court, but actually I really loved how we could talk about the nutrition when we had the nutrition videos, and we could talk about, what did you eat, the colors of foods. And I love that was all combined, because usually you go to a place and you're getting out there on the court and you just start playing, play. And there's not always a lot of time to stop and, talk about the kinetic chain and talk about foundational, athletic, just those foundational movements and exercises that, athletic skills before sport specific skills. And, it's like you were talking about, because it translates to all the other sports. So, athletic skills first. But to be able to talk about all of those things was really unique. And I just thought about how much I loved it, because again, you know, when I was on the court all the time, you know, parent drops off a kid, they come out and they want to see those kids go, 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 go. And we don't really stop to talk about, you know, what did you eat today? You know, how much have you had your water for the day? You know, did you drink a soda at lunch? Or, you know, I mean, I loved how we could really talk about the whole person versus just let's get out here and this is what we're gonna do, blah, blah, blah. And so it was really refreshing for me to be able to really put it all together in such a fun way. And we did get pretty creative with the games and the virtual learning. But yeah, I mean, it's just been fantastic. So I want to hear a little bit more about the program from the UAB side. So how y'all put together this Yes We Can Play program, sort of the ideology behind it.
So like I mentioned before, so when I came in, it was at the beginning of 2020, literally February, and we were getting all of our baseline data and we were ready to start the intervention, and boom, COVID like shut us down. And I remember when everyone was like, oh, it's going to be 2 weeks, everyone just kind of stay at home. And we were still actively planning to be in the schools because we had a group of coaches from each of our participating schools for the program who were going to lead the workout sessions and the sports readiness piece. So different techniques, different drills for different sports. And so because of COVID, Yes kind of became a moving target. So we wanted to focus on like what we can do right here and now. And that's why I'm so thankful for you, Coach Jenny, and the LETT program, because you guys really were committed to working with us and giving a program that was fun for our kids. And I know, Ms. Jennifer, you talked about this a little bit, but you could really see when the kids were starting to become confident in what they were doing, especially because they were starting to turn on their cameras a little bit more. So you could see they wanted to show you, look, I practiced this. This is what I'm doing. I can do it. And they were very, you know, engaged with the nutrition piece. And we're still working on the social emotional learning aspect of it because we really want that to be in person. We really don't want to make it a video. Because we want to allow for students to actually talk about the things that they're experiencing, whether it was before COVID or during COVID, post-COVID, getting ready for school. So that's what we're focused on right now with our UAB team, is still delivering a program that the students will take these skills that will carry them through middle school and high school, college, and hopefully into their adult life. That they'll learn to, you know, give new things a chance, learn how to resolve conflict, learn how to process whatever they're feeling, whatever they're thinking, and they'll learn to, you know, maybe I should choose water today, you know, like it's so easy for us to do things without thinking about it. Like it's so natural for me to go for juice, or I love Coke, like I can drink a Coke every single day. And so it's so natural for me to reach for those things. But when you're learning and having these reminders through our Yes initiatives and, you know, our 4 core values, drinking fewer sweetened beverages, drinking more water, eating more fruits and vegetables, and having at least 60 minutes of some type of physical activity, it starts to become a part of your routine, and that becomes a part of like who you are. So now you can see water in my office. And I like try to be like, I could go on a walk today. It's a nice day outside, and take my nephew. So, and I think the kids are like proud when they can say, you know, I had water today, Miss Grace, Miss Amber, instead of having a Gatorade. And I got 6,000 steps over the weekend, 16,000 steps. We had a lot of students participate in our challenges with their Fitbits. And it's been fun for them to like, well, I got 10,000. So it's it's been really great to just watch them grow and get better. So it's only going to go up from here.
I love that you brought up the Fitbit. So one of the things that I was really excited about when we were in the beginning and sort of getting everything organized together was the kits that you put together that each child received. That's so huge, you know. And so I think, you know, the kids actually having a Fitbit is just awesome. And so quick, this is a real statistic. I'm gonna have to read it. When playing singles, the average tennis player takes 146 steps per minute. That's a lot of steps per minute, you know. So tennis players, you know, sometimes over matches on TV or whatever, they'll say, you know, they took this many steps, and so they played a tennis match, but it would be the equivalent of running this many miles, or, you know. So I love that they took the challenges, like you said, Grace, seriously, and they wanted to be like, yeah, guess how many steps I got over the weekend, you know. So I love that was just another piece to bring in the engagement, and then also to be able to provide the children with the gear that they needed. That's just so huge. So I really love how y'all thought that out and organized it, and got the kits to the kids. And, you know, there's always a piece involved with working with children, with the parents, of course, you know. And so I'm also very impressed with how y'all stayed in touch with the parents, and you had your forms and surveys, and, you know, the constant contact with, I mean, that is a really big piece that doesn't usually get the show, you know, but that, I know what a big piece that is. So tell us a little bit about any parent reactions. What were the parents saying?
I'll take that one. The parents have been kind of really fun as well. Especially kind of in the, I started to notice as the camera started to come on, you can kind of see parents kind of like peeking their head in on the side, or you could hear them in the background, like, you're not doing that, right? Like, listen to what she just said. And even like when Grace or I would have like phone call interactions or one-to-one interactions, they were just so excited that there was something for them to do. Physical activity wise, one of the parents, she was like, I'm just glad for her to be able to burn off some of this extra energy. She was like, normally I send her to school, she burns it off during PE, she comes home and she's like, all right, I can do whatever we need to do at home. And she's like, I'm getting into bed. And so she was like, with the quick transition to you know, Zoom learning for her kids, she was like, it was really a godsend for her family to have like something extra for them to be able to do in the background after schoolwork's done. And you can kind of tell like siblings were all like in the camera, like, oh, I just want to see what you're doing. And so it was really it was one of those things that I don't think we anticipated happening. But it was really one of those things, like once we saw it happening, like we were really excited to see, like it was really a whole family thing. So on those days where we couldn't have sessions, it was really exciting for me to be able to still kind of send out those YouTube video lists we created to kind of like, hey, here's a family friendly workout. There was even a tennis one we found to like do virtual tennis drills. And the parents are like, thank you so much for at least still making sure they had something to do, because I know for a lot of kids, like that time slot was really kind of like they look forward to it 3 times a week.
Right. And I think too that and I hadn't thought about it until right now, and I don't know why, but that and Jennifer, you can probably attest to this, but parents were sort of in a crisis mode because you're working from home. Now your child is learning from home, so everybody's at home, and so how do you make sure they're getting what they need, and then you have to do your work, and it just, you know, that I've talked to so many people that were so affected by such a challenging pivot to working and learning from home. So that is really cool that not only is it helping the child and the siblings are seeing what they're doing, but then the parents could get a little break if they knew that there was an activity in that time slot, for sure.
I think this year, for us to all work together to be able to provide this, it was just so helpful to so many people, not just the child, but like you said, their family. But because it gave them something to do that was active. And it was, just like you said, it was an opportunity that we don't have while we're on the court to really focus on, including nutrition facts, and then also point out, hey, this is related to math that you're learning.
Right.
So we were really able to take the time to do that and incorporate that. But I think just this year, with everything that was going on and everything being so virtual, this opportunity to help people, including us, learn, get moving and learn new ways to play, and then be able to incorporate it into things you're doing throughout the week.
And one of the things that I have been so impressed with was not only all of the planning and the communication with the parents and the schools and getting the children the equipment, making sure they're there, all of the work that you all did on your end at UAB, and then to have the kids engaged during the time, and then to actually get that to kids on the court. And so LETT providing a program where they have the Saturday clinics that the kids can go to. LETT provides another way through junior team tennis where they can get on a tennis team and play matches. And so I just am so impressed, and I love how it has all been able to be connected, because that completes all the pieces. If there was just a great program, but then the kids didn't actually ever go play tennis, that's not exactly the goal. When COVID first hit, one of the things that USTA Alabama did, and I had a lot of fun with, was we did a hashtag that was tennis at home. But that was people that are already playing tennis showing how they were playing tennis at home. So that's different from reaching out to these kids who've never played tennis before, and then they start getting excited about it, and then they actually show up to the tennis court and start playing, and then have the opportunity to join a team and all that. So that actually reaching the kids that weren't already playing has meant a lot to me. Because like I said, we did the tennis at home campaign, which was a lot of fun, but they're already playing. We want to reach kids that aren't playing. And so that's what Jennifer with you and Suzy, and then Amber and Grace, with everybody working together, we really got to see it happen. We got to see progress, and they're tennis players. It's just cool. So how do you, go ahead, Jennifer. No, go ahead.
Hopefully one day they'll try out for the teams, or join us for Saturday tennis and try out for junior team tennis. We just are creating tennis players, not just children who take tennis lessons.
Love that you said that, because there's a phrase in the coaching world that, that's the big difference. If you ask a kid if they play tennis, and they say, I play tennis lessons versus I play tennis. Yes, we want athletes, we want tennis players, and so that's been such a joy to see happen. And so our spring program has ended, and then looking forward, what does it look like going forward? What's next?
So we are so excited that we're going to be partnering with the Birmingham YMCA. Oh, cool. They have a summer program, but because of COVID, of course, they're trying to keep their class sizes small. But luckily, Miss Suzy and Miss Jennifer are working with us to incorporate tennis lessons on Wednesday. So we'll be maintaining our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday schedule. But the tennis lessons will be from 10 to 11, I believe. And so the YMCA will, put their students on a bus, take them to Highland Park. And I'm hoping that the kids love it so much that they'll want to be a part of it past the summer program. So we're so excited about that partnership. And we are potentially going to be working with another school system in Jefferson County, but nothing's been finalized with that just yet. So we're really excited for the growth of the Yes We Can Play program. So we will be maintaining virtual lessons for our Birmingham City School students, just because we know that there are some parents still not very comfortable with having their kids out, and they will be remaining home for the summer. So even though we'll be offering lessons and training in person, we will still be live streaming all of the sessions via Zoom, so the students who enter via Zoom can still interact. And I think we'll have a lot more, participation as far as like turning on your camera, interacting with the students who are doing it in person, and partnering up with each other. And then maybe they'll want to have their friend come over to the house and be like, hey, do this with me. So we're hoping just for more growth with the program, but we're really excited for what this summer has to hold.
That is so exciting. I just listening to you, it makes me just go, oh, this is going to be great. I do want to just say a thank you to the schools that did participate this spring, and y'all know that end. So what schools did we have that were the kids? Where were the kids? Which Birmingham City school participated?
We had one student from Putnam, Hudson, Huffman, yes, thank you, Huffman, and a few from Wilkerson Middle School.
Fantastic.
Oh, and a huge thank you to Miss Barbara Rambert over at Jones Valley as well. She was really integral behind the scenes, helping us navigate Schoology, because that was something Grace and I was just like, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a school system thing. We were just like, and she was really great. So Amber, thank you for giving her a shout out. She was really great. Whenever Ms. Jennifer sent me the Saturday workshop flyers, I sent it to our parent email list, and I also sent it to her to post on the Schoology page to make sure that the students also saw it, so they can be like, hey, Mom, can you take me? So she was really great with putting up all of our nutrition lessons on Schoology, and as well as the recorded workout sessions from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. She posted all of those videos on Schoology, so that if anyone missed it, they can still kind of see the lesson that they missed out on. And so we all worked really well as a team. So we're just really thankful for everyone who participated and everyone who has helped tremendously. And I feel like help is not a sufficient word, but it's just, the support has been amazing, honestly.
That is just so cool. And just as I'm listening, oh, go ahead. Who was that, Suzy?
Oh, I was going to say, let's see. And we're hopefully going to be able to, we had hoped to add the social and emotional learning component to our tennis on site, but because of all the COVID restrictions in the space at High, we think we're going to be able to offer it at the Homewood, at the Y before tennis, or however before they come out to the courts. We're hoping we'll get that whole in-person SEL component.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, go ahead, Grace. Yeah. Well, I just again, it has just been so positive for everyone involved, and just like you've all been mentioning, it definitely took a village. There's been a lot of effort on all sides to make something happen, but I'm excited about how we grow and evolve as we go forward and continue these relationships with the schools and get more schools and continue to grow our outreach with the kids and keep everybody moving and exposing them to the nutrition and to the sport and just these skills that aren't tangible as well. So that's just been tremendous. So I'll just, if anybody wants to say one more thing, how they feel about the program, or if you got something you want to say, let's go ahead and then we will sign off.
I'm just thankful for the opportunity. It just really turned our spring, and it was a really great opportunity, and loved being with children. It was really exciting because, I mean, that's part of what we do and why we're here. So it was really, so we were grateful for the opportunity and just loved seeing where it's at now.
Well, Jennifer, thank you. Thank you, Suzy, from the Birmingham Area Tennis Association and Learning Excellence Through Tennis. You two do so much for the community and for the kids. So thank you for that. And then Amber and Grace, I've just been so impressed with everything that you've done to make this program happen amid some pretty challenging, situations. And so I just appreciate all the work that y'all have done as well, to really, everybody has their part and everybody stepped in and was committed. And I think it was to the kids' benefit, and to me, I've been. Yeah. Well, ladies, thank you so much. I appreciate your time today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I will talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.